Dominguez leads off second. And Verdugo off first with 2 out. And here's Soto. The pitch low inside 1-0. So that's the great combination of Soto and Judge. You don't think the right-hander wants to pitch to Soto. A base hit could mean the run. But if he walks him, then you have Judge. So here's the 1-0. And the pitch is strike at the knees, 1-1. There's the 1-1 coming to Soto. And the pitch is foul back. 1-2. Everyone's favorite Martian. Jason Dominguez at second. And Verdugo at first. Dominguez running for Wells. So Trevino goes in to catch in the bottom of the inning. Now here's the 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Fouled away third base side. Runners lead first and second with 2 out here in the top of the 10th. And the game tied at 2. Now the 1-2 is chopped foul first base side. Once again, it'll be a 1-2 to Soto. Now the right-hander's getting ready. The 1-2, foul third base side. In the outfield, Thomas is playing Soto to pull. He is way over in right center. I would say he's 10-12 steps over in right center. Juan deep in left. Noel straight away, fairly deep in right. And the 1-2. Swung on, a high fly to center. Back goes Thomas on the track. He's at the wall, and she's gone! A 3-run home run. The Yankee bench comes on the field. Wow, what a Soto photo. A long, high fly to deep right center and out. He's wonderful. Marvelous. A 3-run blast by Soto with 2 outs here in the 10th. And the Yankees now take a 5-2 lead, and they're 3 outs away from going to the World Series.
And John, from down here by the dugout, this whole dugout erupted. They were out on the warning track. Aaron Judge was jumping up and down, and there is bedlam in this dugout. Wow.
It should be, Susan. That may be the hit to take him to the World Series. Here's Judge. And the pitch grounded foul. So the Yankees have a 5-2 lead. And you know how they say, wow, the Yankees win on homers. Well, tonight, Stanton a 2-run home run. Soto a 3-run home run. He has 3 hits on the night. So the 0-1 to Judge is outside breaking ball. Hey, Susan, what did you think of the home run? Was it so high?
I wasn't sure, but then I saw the right fielder stop. So I thought it was going out as soon as I saw it, because he was running over to try.
The 1-1 pitch is outside. Lane Thomas went back at the wall, and then you knew it had a big chance.
Well, you know what Joe Girardi used to say about when they said they hit too many homers, not enough hits? He said, homers are hits too.
And the 1-2 grounded foul outside of third. Well, it's very dramatic to have your big players like Stanton and Soto come through in this kind of a situation. They haven't won yet now. We've been through this earlier in this series. So I'll take a deep breath, and we'll go to the bottom of the 10th together. 1-2 is outside.
Think he rethinks taking Clase out?
Yeah. Well, that's a big thing.
I mean, that would be my first question if I were a Cleveland beat reporter.
Absolutely. Here's the 2-2. He struck him out swinging, and that will end the 10th inning. For the Yankees, they get 3 runs on 2 hits, and no one left. And now we go to the bottom of the 10th. The Yankees are 3 outs away from going to the World Series. Luke Weaver will start the 10th inning. So 3 runs, 2 hits, no one left. And now the end of 9.5 innings of play. It's 5-2 Yanks on WFAN Yankees Radio, electrified by the Jeep by 4E lineup. Well, we go to the bottom of the 10th inning on the 3-run home run by Juan Soto. The Yankees have a 5-2 lead. They're 3 outs away from going to the World Series. Well, Suzyn, we talked about it. Maybe he should not have taken Clase out.
It's going to be asked. I know that. I wonder if he's thinking about it, but probably saying, no, that's how we've done it, yada,
right.
yada.
All right, here is Stephen Kwan to lead off, the leadoff hitter. Weaver had a pitch is bunted down the third baseline foul. That's Stephen Kwan. John scratched his way on. He's terrific.
He's going to get on no matter what.
Well, Weaver had a 1-2-3 last inning. He would win it as a pitcher of record. I'll be an 0-1 to the left-hand hitter. And Weaver deals. Outside 1-1.
It's kind of fitting, isn't it, that Juan Soto would be the one to do this?
Amazing, really amazing. I was just going to bring that up to you, but the 1-1. A ground ball to second. Gleyber Torres throws to first, 1 away. It is absolutely amazing. All the fuss and feathers about Soto and the contract and next year and all. Boy, you can't do more than he's done. If they get these next 2 guys out, he's put them in the World Series.
You know what's amazing about him, John, is that this has not been a distraction for him. You don't think every time we go into a city, somebody asks him about where he's going to be. He never changes. He absolutely knows who he is and what he does.
The pitch to Manzardo is a strike. I love the fact that he says all the time, I'm sorry, I leave that to Scott Boras.
That's right.
And, I would say that's a pretty good person to leave it to.
Actually, he says Scott. We all know who it is, right?
Here's the 0-1 to Manzardo. Cuts and misses. And the count 0-2.
There are so many great stories. Never mind Soto. How about Stanton in the year he had and then turns into Superman in the playoffs? And the guy on the mound who could be the winning pitcher to send the team to the World Series, Luke Weaver, what he's been through, and at 31 has finally found himself.
Yeah, become a star in New York on a team going to the World Series. The 0-2 is fouled at home plate. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing.
And if you've been listening to John and me for years, you know how we love these stories.
Well, the Luke Weaver story really is some story. Come out of nowhere, 31, become a star in New York. Terrific. 0-2 coming to the lefty hitting Manzardo with 1 out, no one on, bottom of the 10th. Pitch. A ground ball, base hit left field. Manzardo has an idea of what he's doing.
Yeah.
He didn't swing. He just directed the ball in the shortstop hole. So there's a runner on, and you know what? They get another runner on, and they send up the tying run.
Well,
number 11, Jose Ramirez.
Here's Jose Ramirez.
How does he always get to be coming up in the 9th inning? You notice that? He always seems to be there.
Well, because he's the guy you want to stay away from, so you're always noticing when he's up. So Manzardo at first with one man out. We're in the bottom of the 10th. The Yankees have a 5-2 lead. And the pitch to Ramirez, a high fly ball to center. Back goes Judge, makes the catch, 2 away, and the Yankees are 1 out away from the World Series. I kidded, Suzyn, our producer, engineer, Matt Shortis, who we love dearly. And I said, well, how about you? You're going to be going to your first World Series. So 2-away, and here is Lane Thomas. He's a right-hand hitter. The Yankees are 1 out away. Cabrera plays in back of the runner. He should play all the way back. Weaver deals strike. And the reason he should play all the way back is cut off as much room as possible. Does he care if Manzardo runs? Of course not. And Manzardo, he can run till he gets tired. What's the difference? Yankees leading 5-2. Bottom of the 10th with 2 outs. And Weaver deals just a little low, 1-1. Yankees are 1 out away from being World Series. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes, pitch a strike, 1-2. Now the Yanks are 1 strike away. Manzardo steals second. Probably defensive indifference, but who cares?
Defensive indifference, indeed.
And don't forget, Suzyn's on the field with the star of the game and then in the clubhouse for the celebration.
Well,
so you won't miss anything. It'll be a 1-2. Swung on, a high fly to right. Soto is there. Juan Soto makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees are going nuts on the field. I mean, it's a group hug. It's like the end of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's a group hug, and they jump up and down. Terrific. Terrific. And the Yankees win. They win the series 4-1. They have won 7 out of 9 playoff games, and they head to the World Series against either the Dodgers or the Mets. Casamigos Tequila toasts today's Yankees victory. And the family of Casamigos Tequilas, Añejo, Blanco, Cristalino, Reposado Mezcal, and the new Casamigos Jalapeno. Casamigos Tequila, brought to you by those who drink it. Please celebrate responsibly. They're going to have a ceremony on the field because they brought something out anyway. Meanwhile, Suzyn will have a star when we
well, we've got group hugs out here, and they're coming in from the bullpen now. Here are some gloves flying towards the dugout so they don't get lost out there. You know,
the Yankees, excuse me.
You know, it's interesting. Aaron Boone stayed back a little bit and watched them all celebrate, and now the coaches are going into the middle of this, which is, I think, is just great. Aaron Boone stayed back near where we are down here and watched the celebration from this team, and now he's joining it. I think that's amazing.
As they wheel the stage onto the diamond.
And I guess we're going to go out here. MLB is choreographing this, so stick with me. So I'm going to try and find Luke Weaver.
Yeah, Suzyn's now on the field with everyone else. All the media are on the field near where all the players are celebrating. And by the way, Suzyn, I agree with you. I've seen that with managers and coaches. They let the players celebrate first. So,
Weaver's going around to the back. I'm keeping an eye on my guy here.
okay.
Because that's...
Well, it was fabulous.
Yeah.
The Yankees fell behind 2-0, and it stayed that way until the 6th inning. The odd thing about the 6th inning, Torres and Soto each ripped singles. Judge grounded into double play, but Stanton then hit a 2-run home run, and that's the way the game stayed till the 10th, when, with 1 out, it always begins with a walk. Have you noticed? And Wells walked. Dominguez ran for him. Verdugo got on a scratch hit. And after Torres struck out, Soto hit a 3-run home run. The Yankees win the game by the score of 5-2.
All right.
Suzyn, I see her. Suzyn's
I'm
on the
following
mound.
him around I'm following him around the mound. He's getting his shirt.
Yeah, Suzyn was on the mound. Now she's just off the mound on the first base side.
Okay, John, I got him. I tried. Okay.
It's a mob.
Okay, Luke Weaver, you're going to the World Series, and you are on the mound to get that win. What is that, with everything you've been through, is there any way you can describe this?
Luke!
That was Garrett Cole. You were outstanding, Luke.
Thank you so much. I mean, all glory to God. This has been an amazing journey for me.
You can't even talk.
I get emotional. I really do.
Shouldn't you deserve it? This has been a long road for you. And look here. I mean, you're 31 years old, everything you've gone through. I watch you looking at your teammates here. What does this all mean to you? You're going to the World Series, pal.
Yeah, just that statement alone just feels surreal. It feels amazing. It feels like an honor. It feels all the many adjectives you can find in a dictionary. But I look at these guys and all the blood, sweat, and tears. We got guys grinding and doing their thing. Juan Soto, what a freaking legend he is. And I knew if he did something right there, this game was over. And that's the way I felt, and that's what we did.
What about the pitching staff today? You start with Rodon. He gives you what he could give. Keep it close. They really gave you everything you could handle today, Cleveland.
Everything. I mean, this series was insane. I mean, this is what you pay to come to these games, watch on TV, on the edge of your seat. We're all having heart attacks all down every inning. And at the end of the day, it just comes up with the clutch hit and some clutch outs, and that's all. That's what we got.
What about this bullpen? I look at Tim Hill, who I think has pitched in every game. I don't think he hasn't had a day off in a month. When you look at what you guys have done, how proud of you?
I mean, all the way through. We got guys that are ready to pitch. We have guys that weren't able to pitch for a hot minute. They come in. Mark Leiter, Jay Cousins, all these guys, they're stepping up in big ways. Tim Hill's a dog. And that guy will go out and go against anybody. But at the end of the day, we'll get some rest, we'll get ready, and just fight hard in this next series.
Well, congratulations. Go join that pile over there. You're going to the World Series, buddy.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, John, we'll throw back to you.
Thank you, Suzyn. Well, that's kind of what I told our producer-engineer. Hey, you're going to the World Series. That's great. That was great. And, boy, what Juan Soto has meant to the Yankees. My. Well, we have more to do. So we'll cut to a spot commercial, and then we'll get back and give you the totals and all that jazz. Suzyn will be in the clubhouse for the celebration. Justin Shackle is ready to do the postgame. And so we're a long way away from ending Yankee baseball. But they're going to the World Series on the 3-run, 2-out home run by Juan Soto in the 10th. The Yankees win the game 5-2. And we'll get back in a moment on WFAN Yankees Radio, electrified by the Jeep 4xE lineup. Well, back here, the celebration is still going on in the field. They put a stage out there. That's around second base, so they're going to have the ceremony and give the Yankees the trophy for winning the American League pennant and then heading to the World Series. The Judge family of Interstate Batteries has 99 reasons why Interstate batteries are the best. Reason number 1, Interstate is your battery for all of your auto, marine, and household needs. The game attendance brought to you by Once Upon a Coconut. More than just coconut water. The paid attendance today was 32,545, a sellout. And the game It took 3 hours and 36 minutes. The length of the game brought to you by CertaPro Painters, the painting professionals. Well, let me give you the totals for the American League champion New York Yankees. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, they left 4. For Cleveland, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, they left 8. Luke Weaver, the winner, and Hunter Gaddis, the loser. The time of the game, 3 hours and 36 minutes. And the attendance, 32,545. And once again, the final score in 10. To win the pennant, the Yankees 5 and Cleveland 2. New York Yankees baseball is a production of WFAN in conjunction with the New York Yankees. Studio operations by Paul Rosenberg. Producer engineer in the booth is Matt Shortis. Executive producer Dove Kramer. Coordinating producer Jonathan Delfino. Production assistance by Rick Roush. Now, please stay tuned for the Verizon Yankees postgame show with Justin Shackle and for Suzyn Waldman. This is John Sterling saying so long from Cleveland. The Yankees win the American League pennant in 10 innings, beating the Guardians 5-2 on the 3-run, 2-out home run in the 10th inning by Juan Soto. Final, Yankees 5, Cleveland 2, and have a good night. I know we'll stay here. Suzyn's going to be in the clubhouse. Justin's going to do the postgame. Stay here and drink in all the Yankee wonderful memories. Anyway, the final, Yankees 5, Cleveland 2. Have a good night on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
For the 41st time in their illustrious history, the New York Yankees are going to the World Series. Juan Soto hitting the go-ahead 3-run homer in the 10th. Yanks beat the Guardians 5-2 in 10. They are headed to the Fall Classic as they win the ALCS in 5 games. We welcome you to the Verizon Yankees postgame show, and we go straight to the podium here at Progressive Field.
Your trophy is yours. Raise it on up for everyone to see. Your American League champions.
New York Yankees general managing partner Hal Steinbrenner raising up the William Harris Trophy for the American League champions, and that trophy getting passed around now, and it's touching the hands of the captain, Aaron Judge.
Aaron Boone had it first, and Aaron was really emotional.
What does this pennant mean to Yankees fans all around?
An incredible year is what it means. An incredible group of guys. We had our ups, we had our downs, but they never had a doubt, never panicked, and just every day went out and did their job. And that's why we're here. And we got 4 more games, 4 more wins to go.
Hal, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring it on over to you, Brian. Coming to you. The architect of this team. It's such a great mix of homegrown players with veteran leadership that you've acquired. What makes this team so special, this blend of players that got you here?
These guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Let's keep going. And we got a great leader here in Aaron Boone.
And I want to make this about you, too, because you've been with this organization for a little less than 40 years. The Yankees haven't been in the World Series in 15 years. What does this moment personally mean to you?
It's special. Every time get a chance to play in the World Series, it's awesome. So we're right where we belong, and we're looking forward to the next round.
When you saw Juan Soto hit that home run, what went through your mind?
I was thanking God. So it was awesome.
Simple enough, Brian. Congratulations. Aaron, I'm coming to you. Tell me about these guys. What makes this team so special?
They're so together and so close. We've had some close teams here. These guys play for each other every single day. They love doing it with one another. They've been through so much already to get together this year, and they've faced every obstacle. Keep playing the game. Tonight, another example of that. Everyone contributing, keep playing. We outlast them with a huge at-bat.
I know you told us before the game today you dream of a World Series since you were a kid. What is this moment like for you?
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, we've got to this stage a few times since I've been here and haven't broken through. So to know we're going to the dance with a chance to play for a world championship, I can't imagine doing with a better group.
And what does series it was, back and forth. You guys threw the final punch. What did it take to get here to this moment, everything this season?
Yeah, congratulations to Guardians. I mean, they played us so tough. These were great games, every one of them. And, we were just a little more grittier in the end, and that's what it took. So many of our guys that came in roles that weren't necessarily expected delivered over and over and over. Guys just doing their job at the highest level. But what a series. Every game was a grind, and just so proud of this group.
Aaron, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we got one more piece of hardware to hand out, and that's your American League Championship Series Most Valuable Player. I'm sure you know who it is. Where is he? Giancarlo Stanton, come on up here.
Now, you can't see this, but I've never seen this. They are so happy for Giancarlo Stanton, who just was announced got the MVP.
Giancarlo, you've been in this league for 14 years. You've been with this Yankees team for 7 seasons. This is your first pennant. What is this moment like?
It's incredible. I love these guys. Everything we've been through all year. Been resilient every time. This whole playoffs. I mean, it's been incredible. Like Booney said, this was a roller coaster, and we were able to just keep punching back. So, yeah, it's incredible.
I know I asked you yesterday, what is it about October for you? You said, I just want to win a ring. What does this team have that allows you now to go to the World Series and have the opportunity to fight for a ring?
We got it all. We know we have it in this group, and we're going to enjoy this right now, but we know there's much more work to do, and it's only uphill from here, and we got to get it done.
How about you go grab your trophy now? Raise it on up. Come on, most valuable player.
Stanton holding the MVP trophy. Looks like it's heavy, Justin.
It does, but Stanton pressing that over his head, no problem. Still celebrating on the podium. 4 homers, 7 RBIs in the ALCS
call it a
for
Yankee
Stanton.
celebration without talking to the cornerstone of this team. Where's Aaron Judge? I want to bring you up here for this one, too.
Aaron Judge is on the cornerstone of this team. MVP chants were everywhere when Judge came out. Yeah, they
I know when you re-signed with this team, it was to get to a moment like this. Does the expectation match the reality?
Oh, boy, it's sweeter. This is even sweeter, man. This group we have, it's something special. All the work they put in the offseason, the ups and downs of the regular season, it's no better group. And to get the support out of our fans all year long, man, this is special. This is special.
Gleyber Torres told me before the game today that this group is like a family.
There are thousands of Yankee
fans.
fans.
Now you get to go to the World
here.
Series with your family. What does that mean to you?
That's what it's all about. That's what you grind all season for. It's for moments like this. It's something special.
For moments like this, everybody, let's say it here one more time for your American League champions, the New York Yankees.
The podium celebration continuing here in Cleveland at Progressive Field. It's the Verizon Yankees postgame show. The Yankees are heading to their first World Series since 2009. Justin Shackle with you, Suzyn Waldman down on the field. And Suzyn, like we said, the lower section of Progressive Field taken over by Yankee fans.
There are thousands and thousands of fans here. We knew they were here. How they all just got into one section, I don't know. But they're all over there now, and they're coming off of the podium. They're going to go into the clubhouse. We're not going to be in for a little while, but this has been. Let me see if I can find somebody. So I have to get a different microphone to go inside. So,
well, I see you. You're roving near the first base area as the players are coming out. But Giancarlo Stanton named ALCS MVP. Aaron Judge heading to his first World Series. Aaron Boone with his first World Series as well.
you know what? I'm going to change mics. Let me go around and I'll get back inside for when they're going to come in and the champagne will be flowing in there.
Sounds good, Suzyn. This crowd is remarkable. Again, Yankee fans here at Progressive Field completely taken over. And before that podium ceremony, the players staying on the field, they have their championship T-shirts and hats, but it was as if these Yankee fans were giving each notable performer their own curtain call on the field. It was a sight to behold right before we went on the air. This crowd bringing the energy, the noise. They were chanting when General Managing Partner Hal Steinbrenner was being interviewed on the podium, and then Brian Cashman. They were chanting, "Re-sign Soto." And those were really loud chants coming from the Yankee fans here in Cleveland. And the Yankees win it here 5-2 in 10 innings. We are going to have wall-to-wall celebration coverage here from Progressive Field. They defeat the Cleveland Guardians in 5 games. They're heading to the World Series for the 41st time in franchise history. And look, when the Yankees acquired Juan Soto in early December from the Padres, this was the moment you envisioned as a Yankee fan. A trip to the World Series, pairing Soto with Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. But who could have thought that Soto would deliver such a miraculous pie-in-the-sky type of hit that ended up being the pennant-winning hit for the Yankees. A 3-run go-ahead homer coming in the top of the 10th off Cleveland reliever Hunter Gaddis. That just encapsulated the greatness of Juan Soto as a hitter here in 2024 for the Yankees. He's fouled off 5 pitches by Gaddis, and he kept nodding his head to him as if to say, yeah, I'm waiting for your fastball here. You have to throw it. It's been all sliders and changeup to this point. We're going to see your fastball, and I'm going to be ready for it. And he was. It was a high-towering fly ball that just kept carrying out toward right center field, and it was a 3-run shot in the 10th inning. Soto gets the game winner. Stanton with another big homer in this one. A 2-run shot in the 6th off Tanner Bybee. That was the knockout blow to the Cleveland starter. And Stanton appropriately named ALCS MVP with 4 home runs in this series. He is going to his first World Series. And also, you think back to the journey that Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge have been on. Judge entering the league in 2016. Going to the ALCS in 2017. He and Stanton going to their first World Series. And we're back with Suzyn.
You know what? Let's go back to here. I'm following Hal Steinbrenner here. So can I walk with you, sir? Congratulations. How do you feel today?
It's pretty emotional. It's been a while, right?
Yes, it has. 15 years.
Been a season of ups and downs. And, every bad loss, the team would just turn the page and go back out again and never doubted themselves, never panicked. It's amazing.
You know, there were such great stories on this team, and I got to talk to Luke Weaver as he came off the mound with tears in his eyes. I mean, this is a 31-year-old guy that you guys took a chance on. Yeah. And look, he's going to the World Series and close this game out. There are story after story in this team, and you got to be really proud of that. It's not just your stars.
Yeah. No, it's everybody. It's great. I mean, they're just a resilient team. They stand by each other. They got each other's backs. I mean, they, like I said, they never doubt. They could have a really tough loss like 2 days ago, and they turn the page, and they win the next game.
I've always thought when Aaron Boone said they're very resilient, they can turn the page. How can you do that? That was a stunning loss, and it was tough.
It's an amazing group. I mean, you have to have the capability of doing it as a group, right? And they just do. I mean, they turn the page. I mean, it's been like that all year long. It's amazing.
And congratulations to you. And see you either in New York or back in Los Angeles, wherever. Do you care?
No,
I don't either. I don't care at all. Congratulations. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay. So we're waiting to be let in here. Let's go back. You can talk to me, Justin, if you're still there.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to get Hal right there before you go into the clubhouse. And I was just talking about how, look, that swing, Suzyn, that at-bat, Soto against Gaddis, the head nods, all the gamesmanship from Juan Soto, it was all jammed in there. That one at-bat kind of encapsulated the Juan Soto greatness here in 2024 that we've seen all season long. It was incredible.
It's kind of right, isn't it? It's kind of absolutely perfect that's how it ended.
Amazing. 3-run shot. Puts the Yankees in front. It ends up being the pennant-winning hit. And also, when you take a look at the pitching, you need to credit Aaron Boone and his staff for how they deployed the bullpen over the last 2 nights.
You know, you've got to give Aaron Boone, who took more and more shots all year, you got to give him a lot of credit. He just stuck by the way he believes that this team should be run and did it no matter what the criticism, and from everybody. It came from everybody. And this team's going to the World Series for the first time in 15 years.
Incredible. I thought the chat you had with Luke Weaver was, it was so humanizing, so relatable. That's what sports all about right there. Fighting through adversity and succeeding down the road. It was incredible.
But just look at that bullpen. Just look at who's in that bullpen and where they came from and where they were last year at this time. It's fascinating to see, and it all just worked. And it just, it doesn't happen all that often, as you know.
Yeah, there were so many questions with that bullpen coming out of spring training, and right at the opportune time, last couple of weeks of September, it kind of pieced together in the ideal fashion, and they're running with it here. And
okay,
now,
I've never seen this before. Somebody just came in because Meredith and I are waiting to be let in, and we're watching them set up. They just brought in a box of goggles. I always wondered how they got that. Hi, Peter.
Were you able to grab a pair?
No.
Okay.
No. It's all right. I'm tough. It's all right. It's only an hour back to New York, right?
That's right. Not a big deal.
I have to sit next to John. He'll just have to deal with the champagne or whatever, the beer. I think they got more expensive beer this time.
Okay,
that's what I was told.
Oh, very nice. I mean, it's not gonna. They're not gonna drink it. They're gonna be pouring it over everyone's head. But players are still out on the field right now. They're talking with their family, their loved ones, out on the field.
There are a lot of people in here. It's getting set up. I see little flags that are saying American League champions on there, and a lot of photographers that are covered in what do you call those things? Ponchos. I can't get mine to open, so the heck with it. So a lot of people are back in here. I'm sure that Aaron Boone will have something to say to this team because he hasn't talked to them yet and will be moved out, and eventually this will come. They're going to wait for the manager and the rest of the team. Goggles being put on, standing there, beer in hand. Nobody's opening them yet. Nobody's doing anything. I'm sure Boone will come in and talk to the team for a minute.
And that's true. They're going to get 5 minutes alone in the clubhouse as Aaron Boone addresses the team. So the celebration in the clubhouse about to begin here at Progressive Field as the players, again, still on the field. They're taking pictures with family and loved ones. And you know what, Suzyn? We're going to take a break right now so we don't miss the very start of the clubhouse celebration.
I'm going to try and get my poncho open again.
Perfect. Everything getting set in place right now. Well, we do know this. The Yankees are heading back to the World Series. They win the pennant here in Cleveland, taking Game 5 of the ALCS 5-2 over the Guardians. Plenty more to come when we return. This is the Verizon Yankees postgame show on WFAN Yankees Radio. Back here at Progressive Field on the Verizon Yankees postgame show, the Yankees have won the pennant. They are headed to the World Series after taking down the Guardians 5-2 in Game 5 of the ALCS. Justin Shackle with you along with Suzyn Waldman. She is downstairs awaiting the start of the clubhouse celebration. And Suzyn, players are slowly making their way toward the
bottle
dugout.
Is what I'm hearing out of people. So evidently they've left the field.
I'll tell you what, I can hear from up here. That was Tommy Canley's voice. No doubt. That was Tommy Canley's voice.
No, it was not.
No,
it
wasn't.
Was not. It was Clark Schmidt.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That was Tommy Canley.
Oh, my goodness. But now Aaron Judge, before he goes to the dugout, Suzyn, we talked about all those Yankee fans. Mm-hmm. Aaron Judge is up against the sidewall giving handshakes and high fives to a lot of those fans.
Of course he is.
So Aaron Judge, again, the MVP frontrunner for the regular season, with 2 home runs here in this ALCS. He is going to his first career World Series. And Oswaldo Cabrera is now going back into the dugout. Anthony Rizzo is going into the dugout. He is telling the crowd to let's hear the noise, waving his hands up in the air. And now Aaron Judge will go into the dugout as well. And Suzyn, Game 1 of the World Series starts Friday. Can we imagine, just with the Yankees now in it, the possibilities, a Subway Series or Yankees-Dodgers for the first time in over 40 years?
Well, it's interesting, whatever it is, and here they all come. Here comes Glaber and Anthony Rizzo. So they're coming up this. There's 2 stairways here. One goes to where the coaches are, and one goes to where the trainer's room. And here comes the MVP, Aaron Judge, high-fiving everybody. And we're going to wait here. We're not let into the room quite yet. But everybody's coming up here. Here comes Clay Holmes, and a lot of hugging, a lot of people. There are a lot of people on this staff that don't get a lot of recognition who are there all the time, and they're all getting hugged from everybody. Yeah, and that's very important. One of the things about this group, I was just talking to Hal Steinbrenner about this. And we've said this all year, and this is a very emotional group. They really are. They're very tight, and I know the teams are not always like that. So this is something that this team shares, but I thought that everything was perfect. You know, Soto getting the winning, Big G, Giancarlo Stanton coming alive during this thing, and of all people to be on the mound when they... Here comes the trophy, which is good. Don't break that trophy. Juan Soto deciding which pair of goggles he wants to wear. It's very important. And so, there were so many great things. You heard Hal Steinbrenner talk about how many lows there were this year. I remember saying to you, and can I say to Aaron Boone anymore, was this the worst loss of the year? How many were there when I actually started my pregame with him saying that?
You're right. I mean, a 35-game stretch where they only won 11 games. And again, they didn't play the cleanest form of baseball this series. The mistakes that we did see throughout the season on the bases or defensively, they did pop up, but nevertheless, 94 wins, the top seed in the American League, and they took care of business here against the Royals in the division series and now here against the Guardians, and they did it in 5 games. I mean, these last 3 games, they were heavyweight title fights, and the most of the team is what we're seeing now on the monitors here, Susan. Most of the team is in the visitors clubhouse over at Progressive Field, and the tarp is everything's covered.
All right, they are all lined up in a group here that we can't go and see what's in, but But the manager just walked in, so he's waiting for everybody to talk, and he's going to have some words, and he's very emotional. He's heard. You don't think he's heard the stories about him getting fired?
Absolutely.
And every place he goes,
and opening up social media.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Yeah,
that's what you get when you go on social media. So you'll hear it when they start opening the champagne. But Aaron Boone he's a really good speaker and really probably saying some terrific things to this team.
I need goggles.
Mike Harkey needs goggles.
There's a big box of goggles.
That does hurt, by the way.
Yeah, it's
really stingy.
Yes.
I want to talk in a Volpe.
It's an enjoyable sting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. The euphoria takes over and offsets the stinging. I think Aaron Boone's about ready to speak here.
Have you got it?
I've done it twice in the minors. It hurts, but it hurts so good.
No, it doesn't. Now, are you getting this feed?
Yes, we're seeing it. Aaron Boone is just waiting for everybody, I think, to get a champagne bottle.
Right. Yes, and they're bringing them back. Tim Hill's going to get his.
And now Boone has the trophy in his hand.
Congratulations. This is very well choreographed. Usually they're not really this orchestrated.
Cover up.
All right, we're moments away from Aaron Boone delivering his speech and the bottles popping here in Cleveland. All right, they're bringing it in, Susan.
Oh, I hear champagne popping. Are you able to hear this?
I'm hearing it faintly. Oh, I'm hearing that for sure.
Okay.
We wanted to try and stay quiet to get Boone's message, but the bottles have been popped here in Cleveland to celebrate.
All right. Now, well, if you can't see or hear, they're jumping up and down in a group. They've got all kinds of chants that they have had all through the year. Now, this is champagne that's straight up in the air.
All the players are wearing light gray AL Championship T-shirts. They all have their goggles on with the gray caps as well in celebrating the pennant.
Can I grab you or are you going to your office? You're going to your office. Hey.
Good stuff is in the coach's room.
Okay.
Susan,
Justin, I'm here with Aaron Boone, and it was a great speech. We could sort of hear what you gave to the guys. How proud are you of this group?
So proud. Obviously, coming off of last year, not making the postseason. So many of these guys were on a mission from November last year on, getting ready for spring training. the belief they have in one another and the love they have for one another and the investment they've poured into one another is really inspiring. It's what great teams are all about, and these guys have that.
You know, it's kind of interesting that during even the low points, how many times did I say to you during the season, was this the worst loss of the year? You never wavered, and they never got too high or too low. How does that happen?
Yeah, it's a testament to these guys and their resilience, because you're right, this is the worst loss ever, and kept bouncing back. They trusted each other. They trusted their ability, knowing they would get through it, and we made another step.
You know, there are a couple of storylines that today were perfect. Obviously, Juan Soto winning the game with that. But Luke Weaver on the mound, who is so emotional to think where he's been in this journey. He's on the mound when you're going to the World Series, a guy who was like nowhere.
Incredible. Two more great innings. When he's pitched so much, to be able to go out there and give us 2 innings. And then how about how we pieced Mark Leiter Jr., Tim Hill, Jake Cousins, Luke Weaver. Like, was that on your bingo card at the start of the year?
No, I don't think so. A lot of it wasn't on the bingo
card. It's a testament to these guys and their belief in their ability to do their job.
Okay, so World Series starts Friday. You're going to start planning on the plane back?
No, I'm gonna be in my basement with my son tomorrow in my pajamas watching football, and I'll watch the Mets and Dodgers at night. Tomorrow is lay the body down.
Enjoy. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Okay, Justin.
Aaron Boone going to his first World Series as manager.
You know, it's so amazing also to watch this and to hear these kinds of things. Wait a minute, as long as you're here, Brad Ausmus, bench coach Brad Ausmus. You know, I'm looking at your manager. You guys have become a lot of really good friends. I'm watching your manager, who's really emotional about this. What are your feelings about this team, who has knocked down a lot this year, and here you are going to the World Series?
It's actually a very special group of guys. The way they bonded from spring training. It stayed like that all the way through the season. They pushed losses behind them, and they celebrated the wins, and it's been a lot of fun because they care about each other.
You know, you've been around a lot of teams for a lot of years, playing and coaching and managing. When you look at this group, the thing that I find is fascinating, it's not just the stars. There are people that are, underneath that. Look at what the bullpen did. There's no stars in that bullpen.
Absolutely, and that actually trickles down off the roster into some of the guys that do the video work or the scouting reports, and it's not just it's all of the players, but it's also all of the support staff. They do a heck of a job,
and that's why the celebration is like that. Congratulations on to wherever, LA or New York, whichever.
Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. Okay, thank you. Let me get to some players. I think Giancarlo just got sprayed.
Again, you're listening to full clubhouse coverage of the New York Yankees American League pennant winning celebration.
Okay, as long as we got coaches here. Matt Blake. All right, how proud are you of your pitching staff and that bullpen?
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, we got contributions up and down that bullpen. I mean, guys coming on the roster late, guys we picked up mid-season, just being here at the end and everything kind of fitting together.
And to be able to piece it together with the starters not going long in this, and that's a different way of playing baseball. How proud are you of that group?
I mean, it's incredible that we got so many guys to piece together that game today with a couple guys down that we would have liked to use, but getting some really big contributions up and down the group.
Okay, so now for almost 5-6 days, nobody has to pitch, so everybody's going to be rested wherever we end up.
Absolutely. So everybody can take a breather, reset. We'll be ready to go next Friday.
What was your high point of this year? Is there a point that you've just really loved?
Well, I mean, I feel like we really went through a rough patch there in the middle of the season, and then it kind of stabilized for a while there down the stretch, and felt like the bullpen kind of clicked together at the end when we started to get healthy. We started to find some role. Weaver obviously was a huge addition at the back end, and kind of just let things fall into place there.
Congratulations. How come it's the guys who have the least experience that keep doing all the all of the champagne? Let me walk around here. All right. Okay, Aaron Judge is now getting drowned by people. Let's see if I can follow him and get... Juan Soto, by the way, loves to do salsa, and he is in the middle of the clubhouse now getting doused with champagne with the trophy and dancing. So...
He can dance all he wants, all the way leading up to Friday
He
for Game 1
can.
of the World Series.
Let me reach over to this group. Mr. Rizzo, Anthony Rizzo. I know you've been through this before going to the World Series, but this group is a pretty special group here. How happy are you to be a part of this right now?
It's amazing.
Do you need a towel?
No, I love it. This is an amazing group. When we're very deep, top to bottom. Starts with our pitching, our bullpen, defensively, offensively. We have a lot of really special humans in here that are really good.
I want to talk about your resolve to get back. You had 2 broken fingers, you had a broken arm, and here you are in your back playing, and you almost, I don't know if it's still, it's got to be painful. You got 2 broken bones in there.
Yeah, you know what? We got great doctors, our training staff. They
you can't make a bone heal.
You're right, but it's like I said before the series, it's just pain, and the adrenaline playing and everything we played for makes it all worth it.
Now, this is the first time Glaber Torres just doused me with champagne. I've never, in all these years, nobody has ever done that. How happy is everybody in here? You look like ecstatic, but this is something special in here with this group.
There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work that's gone into this, and I know the Yankees organization, we haven't been to the World Series in quite some time, but I mean, I think it starts with our leader, Judgy. He's our captain. He's steady Eddie every single day, and Booney and the entire coaching staff have been amazing, but I mean, Hal Steinbrenner bringing in the Steinbrenner family, bringing in Juan Soto this year, and spending the money to do this makes it all worth it.
What about Juan Soto tonight, and also Stanton? If you look at those two, what they did with this, how about Soto winning this game?
I mean, it's just, he's amazing. He really, truly is amazing, and it's been a pleasure to get to play with him, get to grind with him, and to get to know him. He's a great person.
Congratulations. See you soon. Okay. Whoa.
Oh, that sounds like a big one, Suzyn.
You know what, Justin? They said they were going to really blow it out for this one, and they are.
And deservedly so. After what we all talked about before this celebration just occurred, the highs and lows about trying to figure out which loss was the low point of the season.
Okay, if you can get any cameras of Juan Soto dancing with the trophy, that's a terrific thing. I'm with Alex Verdugo. You know, I was standing next to your son. He was looking for you up on the podium, yelling, "Daddy, Daddy." He's with the Volpes. How are you feeling about this? You're going to the World Series, pal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. Obviously, we got more work to be done, but this is a big goal of ours just to get here, and, you know, we punched our ticket. Now we know what to do.
Some ups and downs this season, ended on an up note out there every day. You never wavered, you never stopped working, you never gave up.
Yeah, you know, it's just, you got to hold your confidence, you got to work like a pro, and my teammates are amazing. They keep me right, you know what I mean? They keep me up.
Yes, I do know what's right.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, what is it like? And I see you out with Soto and Judge. We watch you, you guys in the outfield today. You're with Juan Soto and Aaron Judge every single day, and you're part of a really special group.
Yeah, man, obviously, you know, these are amazing players and the best players in our game. So to go over there, be able to talk to them, talk the game, talk just life with them has been amazing this year. And, you know, I think we all learn a little bit from each other.
When you look at what Giancarlo Stanton has done after a year that it was okay, but it wasn't great. Giancarlo Stanton during this playoff, I mean, it's unbelievable what he's done in the playoffs.
Yeah, Big G's been special, man. He turned it on at the right time, and, you know, he's been carrying us, and it's been fun to watch.
Congratulations, Alex. One more step.
Yeah, one more. Thank you.
One more party. Thank you. Okay. All right. It's a good thing that I have a poncho on today.
Suzyn, I can't help but notice that still is the message. Even through all the partying and all through the champagne popping, they all keep talking about they're not done. It's not over yet.
No, it's not. I said to Judge after which was the first one, I said, I think we got 4 more of these parties. So now there's 3 down, 1 to go. And if I could grab Anthony Volpe here. Well, I said it to Luke Griffin. You're going to the World Series. You're going to the World Series, my friend.
We are. Crazy.
What was this series like for you? I mean, there were so many little plays that changed this game. There were so many things that happened. What was this like?
It's just baseball. We knew we were going to have to fight, and they're a really good team, but we felt like whatever they threw at us, we'd be able to respond and punch right back, and that's what we've been doing the whole year. So when we got hit this series, it was nothing new. So
when you look at what Giancarlo Stanton and Juan Soto did in this series, it's kind of amazing, particularly Giancarlo, who just came alive.
It's inspiring. We know what type of player and person he is and the kind of leader he is for all of us. So for him to come through like that the way he does, I mean, no one's surprised, but he's one of our leaders.
When was the first time that you ever thought of going to a World Series as a player?
Since I can remember. Since my first memory.
Did you win?
Every time.
Congratulations. Okay, Justin.
Well, Suzyn, Aaron Boone kept saying that Anthony Volpe showed during the work week leading up to the division series that his at-bat quality could lead to a big October, and we saw terrific at-bats from Volpe throughout this championship
this one
series.
Here, Justin. I'm with Garrett Cole, who's enjoying himself an awful lot today. You're going back to the World Series. What does that feel like?
It feels amazing. I mean, just you think about all the dog days and the ups and downs and the perseverance and how we've come together as a team. It's just so validating.
And what about for you? This didn't start off the way you had wanted it at all. You fought to get where you are now. How much more validating is that because you had to go through all of this?
I feel really grateful. I feel really blessed. I mean, I mentioned all the people that had a hand, in helping me get here, and I'm just really thankful that I have that kind of support staff around me.
When you watch the development of this pitching staff, and particularly that bullpen, and I know you talk to a lot of guys because they always say, well, Garrett told me this. So we know what you do behind the scenes, but how proud are you of the people you've talked to? Look what this bullpen has turned into.
I mean, they're in attack mode all the time. They want the ball. I mean, you can see it from everybody. Mark Leiter's a perfect example, gets thrown into the fire, and, just fearless execution. We pitch for each other. Those guys are looking to come in and jams and put a stop to it, regardless how they're feeling.
Is it kind of good to get a few days off before you start preparing for whichever team you're going to play?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Congratulations. Go back to shoot some more champagne. Oh, my goodness.
Suzyn Waldman with Garrett Cole. We are bringing you live clubhouse coverage of the Yankees pennant celebration. They take down the Guardians 5-2 here in Game 5 of the ALCS. They are headed to the World Series for the first time since 2009. And Game 1 of that World Series will be on Friday against either the Mets or the Dodgers. And they will have Game 6 of their series in L.A. starting tomorrow night. So the Yankees can just sit back and watch for the next couple of days here.
And I'm going to stand and wait until Lauren Gardner's done with Aaron Judge, if that's okay.
Perfect.
And they said that there are American League Championship pennants all around here there's plastic everywhere, but there are pennants that are hanging equi-spaced, beautiful. And Budweiser has sponsored American League Championship banners, which is good because that's the beer that they're using. Let's see, the champagne is Mum's. I'm looking at it right now.
You have plenty of it on you, right?
Yeah, well, I do, but I have a... all right, let me grab... And can I grab you? The captain, Aaron Judge, is right here. Okay, you're going to the World Series. How's that feel?
Oh, Suzyn, it's incredible. A lot of hard work. A lot of these guys in the room. It's tough to describe right now. I just want to have a good time with these guys, enjoy this, because there's been so many seasons where we've come up short, either in the postseason or not making the postseason, but now to finally say that we're going to fight for a World Series as a New York Yankees is special.
Aaron Boone, I was talking to him and I was saying, how many times did I start off my pregame by saying, well, was that the worst loss of the year? And you had plenty of that. But he said this group stays together. You're resilient. You never stopped. And you're a part of that. You're a big part of that, keeping everybody together. How hard is that? Because this group never let down, ever.
Well, it's really honestly just looking at each other and just being honest with each other. Like, hey, guys, yesterday was bad. We had a tough loss, but, this game, everyone talks about it's a game of failures. It's not a game of failures. It's a game of opportunities. You get an opportunity, no matter how bad the previous game, play, pitch, whatever it was, you got an opportunity this next pitch, this next play, this next game to make it special. So this group understood that from the beginning, and that's why we're in this position now.
You know what, and nobody understands that more than Giancarlo Stanton, and I think if I'm happiest for anybody, it's for him after what he's gone through.
Yeah, he's been through tough injuries, he's been through tough times, bad stretches, but this guy continues to show up when we need him, and this is why he wanted to come here. This is why he wanted to be a New York Yankee, was for a moment like this, to go to a World Series, get a chance to win a ring, and I'm so happy for him, so proud of him, man. It's just the work this guy puts in every single day.
And now you got a chance to. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay. Now he just got. Whoa. Okay. Let me talk to Carlos Rodon over here. You're going to the World Series, buddy. What do you?
I don't know. I mean, something you dream of. You're a kid in the backyard and pretend like you're in Game 7. So it's a dream come true, but the work's not done for sure.
No, it isn't. How did you think today's game was really a dogfight all the way starting?
Yeah, I mean they're very scrappy up and down the lineup. They put some good at bats together. I mean, Bo Naylor, slugged a double on like 11 pitches at bat. I mean they put some at bats together, but the goal was just keep the game close and go as long as I could. And for the offense, obviously they showed up. And keep talking. They did. I'm going to keep talking. They did what they're supposed to do, what you're expecting them to do, and our lineup's very deep. And then of course the bullpen comes in and throws up a bunch of zeros, and we win the game.
Okay, what are you feeling about? The next time you can put your goggles on. That's what they're for. Nestor Cortez was just throwing, and he's still doing it. When you look at how you started this season and how you ended up, look at your progress and how good you have become and so steady since the beginning of the season. What's the difference between that?
Just some confidence. Most of it's confidence and just staying within myself and going out there and compete and keeping everyone, keeping the game close and giving my team the best chance to win and letting everyone else do their jobs, and that's about it.
And one of the things about being a New York Yankee, when you want advice, you get to talk to a guy named Andy Pettitte.
I do. I get to talk to him almost every day, and it's a real treat. I mean, I used to watch Andy Pettitte as a kid, pitching in a lot of World Series games, obviously pitching in the Yankees uniform, and to have him here is a blessing for sure.
You got to know that when you came off in New York, and I saw him first, he said to me, "I am so proud of this guy." So how does that make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's those are big words coming from a guy like that who was very good in the pinstripes. I just try to listen to everything he gives me and take it in like a sponge and just go from there. I have a really good relationship with him, and I really like him.
And your next start will be in the World Series. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Justin, that was Nestor Cortez, who was he never stopped. He was getting pummeled with champagne and beer. He never stopped.
And Nestor Cortez pouring some beer and champagne on Carlos Rodon. Nestor Cortez could possibly be on this World Series roster.
I'm getting the feeling that is going to happen. He was out today, and he talked to some players. DJ LeMahieu, I talked to him. He pitched to some players. I know DJ was out there. I'm not sure who else was out there. But it looks like it's more and more of a possibility. And I'm just standing in line here to see if I can get Giancarlo Stanton. A lot of people here.
Suzyn, is it dying down at all?
No.
That's terrific.
Now, I think there's some movement of a television that's on the wall, so I think something bad has just happened.
Well, you said they were gonna go hard here.
No, but they're not gonna destroy things.
No.
It's died down maybe a little bit. I see clubhouse guy Louis Kacuz is picking up things. They're starting to pick up a couple of things. And I'd love to just wait to talk to Giancarlo. He's got a couple of microphones in front of him.
For sure. Giancarlo Stanton, the ALCS MVP, 4 homers in this series, including one tonight here in Game 5, the game-tying homer in the 6th inning, going up against Tanner Bybee, and that was the knockout blow for the Cleveland starter. Guardians needed length from their starting pitcher tonight. They were able to get it up until that swing, and then they dipped into their fatigued bullpen, and the Yankees were able to outlast the Cleveland Pen. We knew this was going to be a war of attrition after Thursday night's game, and these were 3 terrific games. They really were. The Yankees end up winning 2 out of the 3.
Okay, I'm with Giancarlo Stanton, MVP of the ALCS. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's with your dad when he was, when you were saying he's a little moved by all of this. I was talking about you with everybody, and it's remarkable how you are able to focus, and actually you are the embodiment of, you never give away an at-bat because you might learn something in that at-bat. So you can put at-bats away better than anyone I've ever seen. Was that something you could always do, or is that something you have to learn?
Definitely have to learn that, have to adapt to that. You're not always going to have a pretty at bat, but you got to also know that it's over with when it's over. So, and you got a new opportunity, and I've had some years in the minors and over the years of like looking back, oh, what if? Oh, he did that last at bat. I might this and that. No, you're in this moment. You're in this time now.
Hey, what are your feelings right now? You won the World Series. This is a particularly close team. What are your feelings right now?
So much fun. We're enjoying it like family. We've been family all year, and yeah, just seeing all the smiles and the happiness out of everybody, and but still know we got business to do.
There's an interesting thing about this team is that there's so many other pieces. The pieces fit together. It's not just you and Aaron and Soto. There's a big supporting cast here, and they contribute also.
Yeah, we're going to need every single person on the roster. It's not about 1, 2, 3. It's about everybody, and that's what it's going to take to get this done.
Congratulations. Next up, World Series. We've got one more of these parties, right?
That's right. Let's go.
Thank you. Okay, Justin. We're moving to the other side of the room, and I don't know whether it's stopping or they're just moving it to the other side.
There's not too much room in that clubhouse. It is kind of, there are big pillars kind of cramping the space. But
yes, there are. Well, that's why the television had a little problem. No, they're now on the other side because I guess they've done as much damage as they can on this side. So now everybody is on the other side of the pillars. There are 4 big pillars in the middle of this clubhouse. And we've had a couple of celebrations in this clubhouse, the Yankees and Guardians, and they were the Indians back then, played an awful lot of games. So we kind of know the nooks and crannies of this place.
They certainly do. This was the 7th postseason meeting between the Yankees and his Cleveland franchise. The second meetup in the ALCS. We know how 1998 panned out. And again, the Yankees take care of business with Cleveland in 5 games here in the 2024 ALCS. So Suzyn just met up with Giancarlo Stanton. She's talked to Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Anthony Volpe.
Well, tell me who I missed here.
Let me see. I mean, you got to get Juan Soto, Suzyn. You got to find Soto.
See if he's still dancing somewhere.
Join in.
Let me see if I... Well, they've started a...
They're singing to the Beastie Boys.
Well, we have a new chant now. And, of course, Soto is still dancing, and he is in the middle of that. He's got... Let me see if I can get to Soto.
While Suzyn tries to get to Juan Soto, just a reminder that this clubhouse report, celebration style with Suzyn Waldman, it's brought to you by the New York Lottery. Play the new scratch-off game for your chance to win. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. We are bringing you live clubhouse celebration coverage from Progressive Field here in Cleveland. Go ahead, Suzyn.
All right, Justin. I'm with Juan Soto, if I can get him to stop dancing. You're going back to the World Series. You were a little young for that one. You're really going to enjoy this one, huh?
Definitely. Play baseball on my birthday is the best way to do it. I feel really happy about it, and I can't wait for it.
Okay, what is the feeling as you're seeing that ball go out tonight?
It's just a great feeling to be the best team in the American League. I mean, we're really happy to be here. We've been grinding since day one, and we make one of our goals, and now is to go all the way and win the World Series.
How much a team is this together? You guys are really, really close.
I mean, we're really together. This team is unbelievable. We feel like family. We don't even feel like teammates. We really feel like family. We've been together since day one.
Okay. All right. When did you get the dance moves? When did you learn how to dance?
I mean, every time we can celebrate, I get my new dance move.
We got one more of these parties to go, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Congratulations. All right, well, now I'm soaked to the skin.
Well, Juan Soto's birthday comes up on Friday, Game 1 of the World Series. And Juan Soto's bat propelled the Yankees to the World Series with that 3-run shot off Hunter Gaddis in the top of the 10th inning. So Suzyn catching up with Juan Soto there.
4 wins, WFAN. 4 more wins.
Oh, that was Dan Payne, one of the... There are a lot of people in the background, so Aaron Boone is not kidding when he talks about that.
And listen, this is a great time to give a shout-out to all that support staff. I mean, people like Dan Payne, they give hours and hours of their lives to this thing. They're the people that don't get enough recognition.
Justin, you know, because you sat on the plane with me, we go on a plane, and there are 4 guys in front of us, 2 on each side, and they don't stop. They sit on the plane, they get a cup of coffee, and they start working for the next team and the next round, and they never stop. And I'll go downstairs to get some coffee at 10, 11 o'clock, and they're ready to go to the park because they got to set everything up. This doesn't come easily. And if I can grab one more person, Kevin Reese, come over here. Jazz Chisholm, you're going to the World Series, my friend.
Yeah, I am. It's sick.
How great is this? What does this feel like for you?
I feel like it's the best feeling in the world. First time going to the World Series. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than this.
You came here. What have you learned about this team, and what have you learned about yourself playing for the New York Yankees?
I learned that being a family is everything. Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole. I can name all 40 of these guys.
And they were really good. I know they all called you when you came over, and everything, and you just fit right in. Did you guys ever feel that you weren't going to make it to this spot?
Never. It's always felt like we're going to win because we always had each other's backs. No matter who's going good, who's not going good. At the same time, every time we were always there for each other. You know what I mean?
It's always great because different people won this game. If it wasn't the back of the bullpen, sometimes it was the lower part of the order. And obviously the stars tonight was Giancarlo and Soto. What's it like to be in a clubhouse with Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, and Juan Soto and watch them every day?
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to forget Jake Cousins. I'm not going to forget Mark Leiter Jr.
Absolutely.
Those guys came, and Luis Hill. Those guys came. They haven't pitched in weeks, and they dominated.
How hard is that?
That's hard as ever, man. I mean, I'm coming from a professional that does this every day. To even miss one day and come and do it, it's hard. You know what I mean? So just to see these guys come out there and do this every day and, like, come back and be themselves and pitch the way they pitched. Yeah. I love my guys, man.
Now, no one's having, thank you, Jess. We got one more of these, you know. Yeah. No one's having more fun in here than Jose Trevino. What is this?
We're having a lot of fun. What
does this mean to you?
A lot. I mean, as a kid, I'm going to go to the World Series as a Yankee, so we're here.
One of the things, I know that you game plan all the time and you work really hard even if you're not playing. Yep. That has really worked well, and the pitchers will tell me how important you are. That's never so. Now, this is the head trainer.
I just try to help the team as much as I can. This is the guy right here.
We always try to just help the team, get the pitchers through their innings, and have good at-bats at the plate, Suzyn.
Okay, Austin Wells, that's perfect. Yeah. Did you teach him that? No. Okay, so we got Austin Wells.
I hope you have a great night, Suzyn.
No, you don't get away that early. Okay, what is this like for you? You're going to the World Series.
Oh, I mean, going to the World Series my first year. This is unbelievable. Getting to do it with this group of guys is even more special.
And now Trevino's coming back. He's got plenty of beer.
He's trying to steal me.
Okay, go ahead.
Suzyn,
we got one more of these.
I'll talk to you soon. Let's go.
All right. We talk about family, I guess so.
Absolutely. It's getting louder down there. It's remarkable.
What?
It's getting louder down there. It's remarkable.
Well, they're moving back to the other side.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of fascinating to watch. I love that Jazz Chisholm brought up Jake Cousins and Mark Leiter Jr. and how hard that is, and it's fascinating to me because this is. I've been in a lot of these. This is kind of different.
You need the unsung heroes to surface and step up, and yeah, you gained two names right there. Look, the trio tonight of Leiter Jr., Tim Hill, and Jake Cousins. They stepped up big time. They combined for 3 1/3 innings. They struck out 4, and on a night where the Yankees are trying to figure out how to bridge the path to Luke Weaver, those were the names that did so.
Yeah, and it's we were just thinking as you were talking about the other teams that there were a lot of big stars and big names on the other Yankee championships, and there's like a lot of waiver wire people here and people that other teams gave up on, and I think maybe that's kind of the difference here. Mm-hmm. It's not 1 through 9 stars. Whoop, there's one television gone. Wow. Well, sorry, there's 2. Well, the 2 televisions are gone. All right, we're on to the cigar part of it, which is not my forte, breathing cigar smoke.
That's going to be a nice blend on the plane ride home, Suzyn.
Yeah.
Champagne and cigars for you.
Well, just let me grab Jake Cousins as you're sitting here. You're going to the World Series. How's that feel?
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Just trying to let it soak in.
I see you watching over here. Why aren't you part of all this? You don't like getting champagne all over you?
Oh no, I mean I'm already soaked. I'm just soaking it in. It's been a ton of fun, so just want to remember this moment.
What's this year been like for you, coming over here and everything that's happening?
Man. Up and down, all over the place on the IL a little bit, back and forth. So, but I mean the team has been around our backs the whole time, and having guys like this ready to pick you up whenever you go down is awesome.
Jazz Chisholm was just talking about this bullpen. You and Mark Leiter coming up and not pitching and not being and coming in and doing this kind of job. You must take a lot of satisfaction out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in the bullpen like we've been doing it all year, and we trust each other 1 through 9. Like we know that whoever steps out there is going to get the job done. And when we got some guys that have carried the load this far, we'd have other guys step up, and we got the job done tonight.
When you look at this team top to bottom, what do you see? There's moving parts in this. There's the stars, and then there's the supporting cast, but they're just as important as the big star.
Yeah, I mean, we said before the postseason started that playoffs like 1 through 26, plus more guys that aren't even on the roster. Just like, I mean, Mark came in, wasn't on the roster, had a massive game yesterday, got a lot of big outs today, so it just shows you never know like when those big outs are going to come, and you got to stay ready for that moment.
Congratulations. One more of these parties, okay?
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay, Justin.
No, that's one of the big pieces to the win tonight. Jake Cousins faced 5 batters. He struck out 4 of them.
Just think, he came up. They brought him up early. He pitched a game in Milwaukee. He was good, and then he was gone. And then he came back and then got injured. He's always had great stuff. I had asked guys in Milwaukee about him, where he was a while ago, and he said they said he always had great stuff. He just kept getting injured. But we've seen that fastball and that wipeout slider, and it's absolutely been tremendous.
Leiter Jr. to Hill to Cousins to Weaver tonight as the Yankees win it 5-2 in 10 innings. They take Game 5 of the ALCS and the series from the Guardians, and a game-winning hit off the bat of Juan Soto, 3-run shot.
Okay, Justin, I've been told they're kicking us out of here, so don't miss the bus.
Oh, okay. All right, Suzyn, dry off, and we'll see you on the bus. All right, so the party comes to an abrupt end here in Cleveland. Well, I'm sure the Yankees are going to continue to party on in the clubhouse. They're going to want moments for themselves as they take it. They go to the World Series, and Game 1 of the World Series will begin on Friday night. It'll either happen at Dodger Stadium or at Yankee Stadium. And if it happens at Yankee Stadium, you know what that means. It is a Subway Series. So the Yankees, they take Game 5 here over the Guardians. 5-2, the final. Juan Soto with the 3-run shot to put the Yankees ahead for good in the 10th inning and send them to their 41st World Series. Let's pause 10 seconds right now for Station ID on WFAN Yankees Radio. Yankees win the ALCS. They do it in 5 games here in Cleveland. The party continues downstairs in the clubhouse here at Progressive Field as the Yankees win the American League pennant in 2024. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to tell you how it all went down here in Game 5 of the ALCS. We continue the Verizon Yankees postgame show after this on WFAN Yankees Radio. Back here at Progressive Field, it's the Verizon Yankees postgame show. It is late at night, but the Yankees are headed to the World Series. They punched their ticket with a 5-2 victory over the Guardians here in Game 5 of the ALCS. They win the series 4-1. Let's take you through the highlights here at Game 3. First pitch of the game came at 8:10 p.m. here at Progressive Field. The pitching matchup, lefty Carlos Rodon making his second start of the ALCS, trying to pitch the Yankees to a pennant. Cleveland had righty Tanner Bybee making the start on 3 days rest. He was coming off the shortest start of his career in Game 2 when he was taken out after 39 pitches in an inning and a third. And right away, it looked like the Yankees were going to bust out early against Bybee as Gleyber Torres led off the game with a single on a cutter to right field. 2 more hits this series for Gleyber Torres. He has been sensational. And he reached first base in the first inning now in 8 of the Yankees' 9 postseason games. The next hitter was Juan Soto, and he also saw a cutter from Bybee.
The right-handed deals. Drilled to right center field. It's a base hit. It's in the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Gleyber Torres rounds third. They're going to send him. The relay throw home is going to be in time. 1 away.
Well, if you want to say that was a bad send, the Yankees will likely tell you that they want to be aggressive early in a playoff game and challenge that Cleveland defense to make a perfect play. Well, Jimenez had a platinum glove at second, and he made a perfect throw home. So Torres, he also looked at the throw instead of keeping his head down. So no run there for the Yankees. Bybee hit 2 batters later in the inning. He loaded the bases, but Anthony Rizzo flew out to left to end the threat. So the Yankees let Bybee off the hook there. Carlos Rodon, he looked strong out of the gate. He struck out 3 of the first 4 batters he faced. But with 1 out in the bottom of the second, Rodon surrendered an infield single to Josh Naylor. He came back to fan John Kenzie Noel for the second out, but battled Bo Naylor over a 10-pitch at bat. And on pitch number 10...
Now the payoff. Line to right field, and it's a base hit going to the line. Naylor rounds third. They'll score him. Had the double by his younger brother, and Cleveland takes a 1-0 lead.
It was a fastball middle into Naylor, and it's the first time in the ALCS that Cleveland scored first. Rodon got the next hitter out. It was 1-0 Guardians after 2. Bybee was throwing a different pitch mix than he had in Game 2. On that night, the Yankees went 4 for 5 against Bybee's 4-seamer. So tonight, Bybee pitched off his cutter. He had the Yanks off balance with cutters, with sliders, with curveballs, and he retired 10 straight over the first 4 innings. And Rodon, he looked to have settled in after that second inning. He retired 6 in a row over the third and fourth innings. It was 1-0 Cleveland going to the 5th. And that's where Anthony Volpe cracked a hard single to center to lead it off, but was quickly erased. Austin Wells hit into a 6-4-3 double play, a play the Yankees challenged. The call was upheld. Bybee had faced the minimum over 4 straight innings. In the bottom of the 5th, Rodon retired Bo Naylor for the first out on a pop-up to second, but Jimenez punched a sinker the other way into the left field corner for a double. A runner in scoring position for Cleveland. Rodon fan Rocchio for out number 2, and he faced fellow lefty Stephen Kwan with 2 outs.
The pitch line to center field. There is a base hit. Judge comes up throwing, and it's going to be late. A throw back to first. That's late. It's a base hit. Well, Kwan. He's Mr. Base Hit. There's a base hit to center. Scoring is Jimenez, and Cleveland has a 2-0 lead.
Kwan comes through with an RBI single, increasing his postseason on-base streak to 16 games. Very impressive. Lefties went 4 for 9 off Rodon here tonight, and he allowed a soft dunker to the next batter, David Fry, and that was it. Rodon was lifted for Mark Leiter Jr. one of last night's standout performers. And with runners at second and third, the Yankees intentionally walked Jose Ramirez to load the bases for Lane Thomas. Leiter got him to ground out to second to get out of the inning, so it was 2-0 Guardians after 5. A big out recorded there by Mark Leiter Jr. Yankees tried to fight right back to start the 6th. Torres singled off Bobby, and Soto singled up the middle. The Yankees had their chance here with Bobby on the mound, and Cade Smith warming in the bullpen. Bobby faced Aaron Judge. He rolled into a 6-4-3 double play, deflating a little momentum here. But with Torres now at third base and 2 outs, Bobby still had to deal with tonight's cleanup hitter. That was Giancarlo Stanton, who was hitting behind Aaron Judge here in Game 5.
And the pitch is hit in the air to left field. It is high. It is far. That is gone. Giancarlo has tied it up with a Stantonian home run. A line drive over the high wall and about 5 rows back in left center field. Giancarlo. No sequels to Barlow. He hits a 2-run home, and the Yankees have tied the game at 2.
5th homer of the postseason for Stanton, the 4th of the ALCS. It knocked Bobby out of the game, and it got into that exhausted Guardians bullpen. The game tied at 2 after 5.5 innings. Yankees had to somehow piece outs together here after Rodon only gave them 14. Leiter led off the bottom of the 6th by walking Josh Naylor. He got Noel to pop out into left field, and then was replaced by lefty Tim Hill, who was working for the 5th time in 6 days. Hill surrendered a single to right to Bo Naylor, but got the ground ball he needed against the next batter, Andres Jimenez.
0-1 is hit on the ground to second, double play ball. Step on second, throw to first, double play. A beautiful double play executed by Glaber. He would not flip to short. He hit the bag and threw to first in the same motion.
And that right there, the defensive play of the game, brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Hill gets 2 outs on 1 grounder to end the 6th, tied at 2. Cade Smith surrendered a leadoff single to Rizzo to start the 7th. Rizzo was replaced by Oswaldo Cabrera. Volpe flew out to center, and after lefty Tim Herron came in, Austin Wells hitting to an inning-ending double play. Cabrera stayed in the game at first. Hill walked Rocchio on an 11-pitch at-bat with a borderline pitch on ball 4, and it was a dangerous spot here for Hill, but fellow lefty Stephen Kwan rolled into a double play at first. Cabrera stepped on first. He tagged out Rocchio for 2. Hill was taken out. Jake Cousins came in. 2 out. Nobody on. Lefty Kyle Manzardo came on to pinch hit. Cousins struck him out to send it to the 8th. Tied at 2. The unsung relievers coming through big time here in Game 5 for the Yankees. Verdugo, Torres, and Soto, they went down in order against Herron in the top of the 8th. Cousins struck out Jose Ramirez to start the bottom of the 8th. And Ramirez finished this ALCS 4 for 21. Cousins then fanned Lane Thomas for the 2nd out. He stayed in, but he walked the lefty Josh Naylor. So it set up a matchup with power righty John Kenzie Noel.
And the pitch struck him out swinging, another breaking ball. So here's what Cousins has done. And if America didn't know him, now they do. He has faced 5 men. He struck out 4 of them and walked the other on a 3-2 pitch.
Big performance by Jake Cousins. It was 2-2 going to the 9th. For the 3rd straight game, Cleveland brought in Emmanuel Clase. He allowed 5 runs the entire regular season, and he gave up 4 runs combined in games 3 and 4. Well, on the 3rd day, Clase rose again, and this time he got the job done, retiring the Yankees in the top of the 9th, including Judge and Stanton. Luke Weaver entered the bottom of the 9th inning. He retired the bottom 3rd of Cleveland's lineup in order to send the game to the 10th. And now it was Hunter Gaddis' turn out of the Cleveland bullpen. Emmanuel Clase only threw 12 pitches in the 9th, so a big question here for Cleveland was why did Clase not stay in the game in the 10th inning here? So Hunter Gaddis' turn out of the bullpen against the bottom 3rd of the Yankee lineup. Gaddis retired Volpe on a lineout. He walked Austin Wells, and then he faced Alex Verdugo.
A ground ball toward the middle, fielded by Jimenez. Hey, the ball's dropped. He flipped to Rocchio, who dropped the ball. Now the Yankees got a break. They have 1st and 2nd now and 1 out. It was really not a double play ball. It was kind of a slow ground ball up the middle. So we'll see who the error is on. Is it on the throw on Jimenez or Rocchio dropping it. What's the difference? It's an error. And the Yankees have the go-ahead run at second.
It could have been an inning-ending double play. Instead, it was an error on the shortstop Rocchio, and it was 2-on with one out. Jason Dominguez pinch ran for Wells as the lead runner at second. Gleyber Torres struck out. That brought up Juan Soto, who fouled off 5 straight pitches against Gaddis. Sliders and changeups and curveballs from Gaddis. And every time, Soto was shaking his head after the pitch, and it seemed like he knew a fastball had to be thrown. And what followed next? Well, it was the electrifying drive of the game.
And the 1-2. Swung on, a high fly to center. Back goes Thomas on the track. He's at the wall, and she's gone! A 3-run home run. The Yankee bench comes on the field. Wow, what a Soto photo. A long, high fly to deep right center and out. He's wonderful. Marvelous. A 3-run blast by Soto with 2 outs here in the 10th. And the Yankees now take a 5-2 lead, and they're 3 outs away from going to the World Series.
The electrifying drive of the game brought to you by Audi. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local tri-state Audi dealer today. And of course, that 3-run shot was also the Wendy's Yankees turning point of the game. Wendy's, the official hamburger of the New York Yankees. Tune into our flagship station, WFAN, tomorrow or later on this morning. That's between 10 and 11 a.m. to correctly identify the Wendy's turning point of the game. You'll have a chance to win 4 Yankees tickets courtesy of Wendy's, the official hamburger of the New York Yankees. Of course, that 3-run shot is the Wendy's Yankees turning point of Game 5 here in the ALCS. Juan Soto comes through with his 3rd home run of the postseason. Yanks were 3 outs away from the pennant with a 5-2 lead. And Luke Weaver was back on to pitch the bottom of the 10th. He had to set down Juan, Manzardo, and Ramirez. Well, Juan grounded out to second for out number 1. Manzardo singled to left field. Ramirez flew out to center for out number 2. And Lane Thomas was now standing in the way of Luke Weaver and the Yankees from going to the World Series.
It'll be a 1-2. Swung on, a high fly to right. Soto is there. Juan Soto makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees are going nuts on the field. I mean, it's a group hug. It's like the end of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's a group hug, and they jump up and down. Terrific. Terrific. And the Yankees win. They win the series 4-1. They have won 7 out of 9 playoff games, and they head to the World Series against either the Dodgers or the Mets.
John Sterling with that final call, and yeah, the Yankees made it after all. They go to the World Series for the 41st time in their remarkable franchise history. 5-2 the final. Juan Soto with the game-changing, game-winning 3-run blast in the 10th inning, and the player of the game was Juan Soto. Brought to you by Card Winner. Yankees take Game 5 of the ALCS, 5-2 the final. The Soto home run and the Stanton home run, which tied it in the 6th inning. A pair of blasts from 2 Yankee stars. And for every home run this season, Yankees Radio donates $25 to Cars for Kids charity. We're donating. You can too. Donate your car, boat, or real estate at carsforkids.com. We'll take another break here from Cleveland. When we come back, we will look ahead to tomorrow as far as the NLCS goes, and then to the World Series. That's coming up on Friday night. All that and more still ahead as the Yankees win the pennant and they go to the World Series tonight in Cleveland. This is the Verizon Yankees postgame show on WFAN Yankees Radio. Aaron Boone is going to his first World Series as Yankees manager as the Yankees win the American League pennant here tonight in Cleveland. They take it over the Guardians, 5-2 the final. They wrap up the American League Championship Series in 5 games. And you heard from a host of Yankees personnel, coaches. You heard from Boone. You heard from over 10 players with Suzyn Waldman in the clubhouse celebration, including Luke Weaver, who is the winning pitcher tonight. He tossed the final 2 innings, got the final out as well in the bottom of the 10th to send the Yankees to the Fall Classic. There was no save in tonight's game, but LifeVac can save lives. LifeVac, the original choking rescue suction device. So if you're the Yankees, you're going to rest up here. You don't play again until Friday. Obviously, they'll have workouts before then, but right now they can rest up. They'll fly back home tonight, and they'll rest easy, and they'll be able to watch Game 6 of the NLCS, which comes up tomorrow night. And that's part of the scoreboard, brought to you by Optimum, with the fastest fiber internet in the tri-state and speeds up to 8 gig. Optimum, where local is big time. It'll be the Dodgers and the Mets, with L.A. needing 1 win to get to the World Series. They lead the series 3-2. It'll be an 8:08 first pitch, and the Mets have one of their best starters on the mound. Sean Manaea will try and force a Game 7. The Dodgers have yet to name a starter for tomorrow night's game. So Game 6 of the NLDS coming up tomorrow. Yankees win this one 5-2. We're going to take another break and come back with more as the Yankees are celebrating here in Cleveland. The party's going to move over to New York, and potentially, if the Mets are able to come back and win it in 7 games, Game 1 could be in the Bronx. We're talking about the World Series, and we'll talk about the Fall Classic next when we come back. This is the Verizon Yankees postgame show on WFAN Yankees Radio. The American League pennant in 2024 belongs to the New York Yankees. They are going back to the World Series for the first time since 2009 as they defeat the Guardians here in Game 5 of the ALCS 5-2. Justin Shackle rolling with you as we continue our postgame coverage with the Verizon Yankees postgame show. And now we look ahead with the road ahead, brought to you by Volvo Cars Ramsey. Finding the Volvo you want is easy at Volvo Cars Ramsey. Well, we talked about the NLCS. Game 1 of the World Series will be coming up on Friday night. That's October the 25th. Juan Soto's birthday. So Game 1 of the Fall Classic will feature the Yankees and the winner between the Mets and the Dodgers. Either way, it is going to be a star show. It is going to be full storylines. It could be a Subway Series, or it could be one of the most storied postseason rivalries in the history of this great sport. Yankees-Dodgers. It would be the first meetup in the Fall Classic between the Yanks and the Dodgers since 1981. But we will have to wait until Friday for Game 1 of the World Series. We're going to take one more break, and we're going to come back to wrap it up here in Cleveland. Yankees win the pennant. They take the ALCS in 5 games with a 5-2 victory in 10 over the Guardians. This is the Verizon Yankees postgame show on WFAN Yankees Radio. In the top of the 10th inning, Juan Soto provided the swing that catapulted the Yankees to the pennant. A 3-run jack into right center field to give the Yankees a 3-run lead. Luke Weaver secured the final out, and the New York Yankees are going to the World Series. For the 41st time in their terrific history, the Yankees will play in the Fall Classic as they win Game 5 of the ALCS 5-2. Over the Guardians. That brings us to the next game, Game Time, brought to you by Nielsen Dodge. For the best selection of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, visit NielsenDodge.com and save today the Nielsen way. Our next game will be Game 1 of the World Series coming up on Friday night. Game time, well, to be determined. Opponent to be determined. So, stay tuned. It'll be the Yankees and the winner between the Dodgers and the Mets in the NLCS. Until Friday night for Game 1 of the World Series. For John Sterling, Suzyn Waldman, and producer-engineer Matt Shortis here in the booth in Cleveland, and for producer Paul Rosenberg back in the studios, this is Justin Shackle saying so long from Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, the final score in Game 5 of the ALCS. The Yankees win the pennant by defeating the Guardians 5-2 in 10 innings. Have a great night, everybody, on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
This has been the Verizon Yankees postgame show. Save big when you switch to the network New York City relies on. Head to your local Verizon store and check out the latest deals. Also brought to you by Wendy's, the official hamburger of the New York Yankees. LifeVac, the original choking rescue suction device that saves lives. Peerless and Pavilion, America's best-built boilers and tankless water heaters. By Eastchester Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in the Bronx. and by Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. This is WFAN Yankees Radio.